Susan Lorenz, the woman accused of shooting and killing a mother of four, wants some evidence to not be brought up in trial, including some of her interrogation.
Lorenz is facing a manslaughter charge in the death of A.J. Owens. West 2's Sanait Gebrgedigas read through more than 100 pages of new court documents, and tonight Lorenz told detectives she thought Owens wanted to break into her home and kill her.
Yeah, and that's what detectives had a hard time understanding. They said they examined the house and saw no way of the door breaking down. And when they tried arresting Lorenz, she allegedly refused and said, quote, "I don't care, kill me." Investigators say some of the things she told them were just not matching with their evidence.
New court documents show how detectives accused Lorenz of having some gaps in her memory and denying accusations. She told investigators that Owens was pounding on her door for what felt like 5 to 10 minutes and said, quote, "Owens was someone who was really angry." She called 911 before she allegedly shot and killed Owens. But detectives said they counted about 2 minutes between the call and the shot fired. They said neighbors did not hear Owens say anything about wanting to kill Lorenz, just that she wanted her to come out and talk about the way she treated her kids. Investigators say Owens was not armed, nor did she ever harm Lorenz. It's why they questioned what made Lorenz shoot through a closed door that didn't have a peephole. At one point, they even asked her, what if it was an officer outside the door, or if the bullet hit the child who was with Owens?
Are they still able to have a conviction without the racial slurs? I think so. But I think that based on what the family has told me, they are very disappointed that the true facts don't come into the case.
The lawyer for A.J. Owens' family, Anthony Thomas, says a guilty verdict will help bring some closure. Lorenz does not want some evidence to come up. The state says it'll leave out accusations of using racial slurs toward A.J.'s children, saying in part, it is not absolutely necessary to proving an element of the crime charged.
That's how A.J. gets across the street, knocking on the door, because Susan was calling them racial slurs.
But prosecutors say they will include everything else that Lorenz wanted out, such as detectives searching through her phone, some statements Lorenz said during her interrogation, and when she refused to listen to officers while they tried arresting her. They said in part, it can arguably be interpreted as a realization that Lorenz's actions in shooting the victim were unreasonable and she was going to be convicted.
Susan doesn't want those things to come in because it points directly to her character.
The next pretrial hearing is set for July 10, and the trial could start as soon as July 22nd.